No job number, but this is the Finlayson driveway. This is Asphalt. This is out in Seattle. And Troy Finlayson knows Tom Mary. They had to do with some security system or something like that. I can't remember how they know each other, but Tom asked me to come out. Tom Mary asked me to come out and look at this little asphalt job that we'd like to help Mr. Finlayson with. So I'm at Meridian Avenue North and North 88th Street, and this is at 8803 Meridian Avenue North in Seattle. Okay, show you some surroundings here. It's a pretty quiet street, and he's hoping we wouldn't have to get a street use permit for this because it's so quiet out here, but that's going to be up to management team here on what we want to do. All right, so I'm standing here on 88th Street and I'm looking at the asphalt scope of work. It's right here on the side of the street. Okay, I'm gonna show you a couple different things. One, for the project managers, if we need parking, there is areas for staging along the side of the road here. And then if we want, we can even park a trailer if we feel more comfortable about it. We can park a trailer right down in the alleyway, which is down there. The Finlaysons, they have their house right here. This is their property. This is their front entrance area. And they want to do asphalt in this area. So in order to do that, we're going to have to remove some gravel out of here. And I'd say it's almost 4 inches in depth. That's how much taller it is on the surface. As you can see at the bottom, all that gravel that sits up higher than this concrete roadway. And this is concrete roadway out here, out on the street. So what we need to do is, from the fence line here, we need to come out 11 feet, okay, which starts at the bricks there. 11 by 15. We need to take this section out. Okay, 4 inches of rock. We got to take that 11 by 15 out. Then we've got 51 feet by 9 all across here. We need to take out 4 inches of gravel. It's pretty thick. I mean, it might even be 5 inches in some areas. But here's the cool thing. All this crushed rock, we can load it up into our truck, and then I think we can drive down this way and get down the hill, or we go a block this way down the hill, come all the way around, and he says we can dump all this crushed rock down in that alleyway because they are the ones that put all the gravel down there. They put like 21 yards of rock down there a while back, so that way they could have a driveway down there with rock and not mud. See, the water's currently flowing down this hill, gets over to this area, and then goes into that catch basin that you see that's almost buried here. It gets clogged up a lot because of all this gravel. So what they're hoping is by putting this asphalt in, we can get this water to channel as it comes down the hill, and it comes down from this way because the water is flowing in this direction along the side of the road, exits there, and if it doesn't make it to there, it continues down here and usually passes this drain right here. And you can see shortcuts before the asphalt there, goes down here, flows along the side of the neighbor's house, and then drops down into there, which then eventually all the water slopes down and goes into his backyard. And he's trying to avoid all of this right here. So if we remove all this gravel and then we put back asphalt, we'll probably need to do more than 4 inches of rock removal here. We'll probably have to do more like 5 inches, maybe even 6 inches of rock here, because I think it sits about 4 to 5 inches higher than this concrete roadway. And we're gonna have to be able to dig it down enough to where we're below the concrete surface, and then yet try to keep the water contained as much as possible right here. Anytime it goes past here down this roadway, there's not much we're going to be able to do. It's still going to flow down this. But if we could put all new asphalt in here, go right along the edge, butt it up against that concrete sidewalk staircase, and then tie it into here, he thinks it'd be a lot better. To avoid more water traveling down through here, we have to try to create the channel along this edge here, and then hopefully try to direct it into this catch basin as much as possible. So on this end down here, as this all starts to slope down this direction, it slopes gradually down this way, but we might need to build it up a little bit down here to where it's at the same height as this concrete. This concrete sits higher than this asphalt right now. So if we could build the asphalt up, keep it low, after we dig all this out, keep it pretty low, but raised up on the edge here, this will kind of act like a berm. So the water will channel down to here. This will be the flow line right about in here. And then we'll start to gradually put that asphalt upward this way. And down here, get that asphalt to come up to the concrete and have this kind of on the high end, and hopefully be able to direct the water to go back this direction if at all possible. It might not be. This area might be lower than the existing catch basin right now, so that it might be impossible to do. But I think we can try to keep the water as it's coming down the hill this way and as it's flowing down the road this way. We can try to get it to channel right into that area. Maybe we put a little bit of an asphalt berm right there just to get that water to go right there. And then as you get down into this area where this drain is, to try to keep the water from flowing this way all the time, we can bring that asphalt up a little bit right here and try to get it to flow this direction, and hopefully maybe even put a little bit of a lip here or a berm here, so the water as it's coming down the road, if it passes that catch basin, it'll stop flowing this direction and then kind of get diverted over this way. All right, so without a transit, I'm hopefully giving you a pretty good picture of what we're trying to do here. All right, so you got 11 by 15. Remove the gravel, put back asphalt. Remove gravel, put back asphalt. Depth on this asphalt, we don't need to put much in. So, I mean, if we're putting in 2.5 inches of asphalt here, I think that's all we'll need. 2.5 inches of asphalt. We got plenty of rock here to work with that we can monkey around with in order to keep that water going down the flow line and then going in that direction. Same thing on the back side where the mailboxes are. We want to make sure that the water's flowing towards the catch basin, or at least back this way from the fence. Okay, so there you have it. The removal of rock. We don't have to have a dumping fee. We could take all the gravel and dump it, spread it down there at the bottom, and probably could be a courtesy thing if we'd try to spread it with our truck down the roadway, and then maybe spread it out with our Bobcat or something if we're able to kind of drive down there and move the rock around or rake it around just to help them out. And then when we go to put back this asphalt, we're only needing about 2.5 inches of asphalt here. Okay. Over here on this side, the road's crowned, by the way. I'm sitting on the high side right here, so it flows this way and it flows this way from the center. Over here though, where this gravel is, as we dig this out and put in new asphalt, we'll want to probably rake this a little bit to make sure that we're not all of a sudden causing water to stop here and then head that direction. We want to make sure we dig this down and keep this water going down the flow line here along the side of the road. Okay, I think that's it. If anything, maybe we're moving the flow line over just a little bit farther so it's going right into the actual catch basin itself. And then down there, same thing. Okay, I think that's it. Any other questions? Let me know. Real quick, I think I need to show you. That's not a good view. I think I already showed you a little bit of that driveway down there. So you enter from that far end on the north side and then back up all the way in. Go as far as you can to the steps to dump the gravel. All right, any other questions, let me know.